This is Aminah Nieves. She plays Teonna Rainwater on 1923, and nobody's really talking about it, but she experienced a deep, deep tragedy during the filming of 1923 that kind of changed how she approached her role.
I was really scared, honestly. Everyone was like, okay, Mina, and I was like, I just can't do it.
On screen, Teonna's life was nothing but tragedy, and this video is going to spoil some things about her journey, so if you've not yet watched 1923, save this video for a little later. For me, Teonna's journey was a real highlight of 1923. It was really uncomfortable at times, but it put a bright spotlight on the terrible abuse of boys and girls at Native American boarding schools in the 19th and 20th centuries. I guess I'd found a story or two in the cracks of what they taught me at school growing up, but this video made it real. Prior to season 1, Aminah told us that she really didn't need to do a whole lot of research for the role.
These are stories that have been shared throughout my family for generations. So I had that, just our own experiences as being indigenous to Turtle Island. But also I did talk to various other elders from different tribes as well.
For the first time, we're really going to look at how and where Aminah grew up and her path to 1923 because it's truly fascinating. My podcast co-host Adison Haager spoke with Aminah and got her to describe filming that brutal end scene with Father Renaud. Raise a hand if you got choked up when it was all over for her. I think how she processed all of those emotions is really going to surprise you. Before, we've shared highlights and then dropped the complete interview at the end of these videos, but today we're just going to focus on select portions of the interview for two reasons. First, Michelle Randolph was also there and they kind of split time talking about the show. Second, we already dropped the full interview at the end of our episode 7 recap video. I put a link in the corner and the description section of this video if you'd like it unedited. It starts at about the 12-minute mark. There are 5 key things you need to know about Aminah Nieves, and the first is that she kinda sorta didn't want this part. This comes from an interview with Deadline where she admits the role was too dark, but her mother pushed her to do it for, quote, all the indigenous peoples across the world. She turned in her audition tape on the due date, and when she got the part, she was living back at home with mom and dad and had $21 to her name. Girl couldn't even buy a full tank of gas. The second thing is that this is her first big film or television role. She's done a lot of background actor type stuff and has a project coming with director Catherine Bigelow either later this year or next, but you will not find much on her IMDb page. While Aminah tapped into her family heritage for this role and so much she's done in her life, she didn't exactly grow up on the reservations of Montana or Wyoming. Well, she was born in October 1995 in Hammond, Indiana, and actually wanted to be a traveling symphonic musician before she chose acting school in New York City. Her character is Crow.
And you and Lena Robinson speak Crow in it.
Lena Robinson,
how cool.
who plays Babakti, we both speak Crow, which was really, Crow is a beautiful language, and having a native language be highlighted is so important.
Talking to Elle, she admits that she learned how to speak Crow on set. Of course, she grew very close to the native cast and producers while filming, which brings us to the tragedy I referred to earlier. Gosh, we almost missed it, but she referred to it here.
Was there ever a moment where you had a really hard time cutting off the actor or the actress and just you as a human? Was there a scene or a moment that you realized you're like, oof, I'm taking this home with me right now?
Yeah, a lot of moments in season 1. And some moments in season 2, but I honestly think, interestingly enough, regardless of what had happened with, our beloved brother, I believe we really tried our hardest to make this season like a long-lasting one and try to have as much joy as we possibly could.
Her brother was actor Cole Plenty, who played her eventual on-screen love interest, Pete Plentyclouds, during season 1 of 1923. There was a new Pete for season 2 because Cole died in April 2024, just before filming began. Here is a photo she shared after his death. Quote, just know Coco made this life abundant. I will forever hold our memories close to my heart. I will forever love you in this life and next. Around that time, she'd pinned this picture carousel from 2023 to her Instagram page and changed the caption to, I love you, Hashtag justice for Cole brings plenty. I dropped a link to our reporting on his death, but Aminah's posts and captions indicate that there is something we don't know about what happened, so I'm gonna stay away from any sort of speculation. It's clear that they were very close, and she was very much looking forward to filming season 2 where they would become on-screen lovers. Of course, that would also end in tragedy. It's the whole art imitating life thing, I guess. But believe it or not, those weren't the most difficult scenes for her to shoot. Aminah tells Deadline that season 1 featured some scenes she took home with her, like a scene in which she's beaten at the boarding school cafeteria, and then the scenes where she kills Sister Mary. Quote, "What really helped me stay grounded was having Lena Robinson there with me," she says. Lena played her cousin on the show, and she would protect her and grieve with her after they were done filming.
I didn't take as much home with me season 2, and I'm really, really happy that that happened, you know, because we were all like, I think season 1 was just so heavy all the time. It was close sets all the time, and season 2 was a little different. It wasn't closed as much, and we all knew each other. The crew and the cast were all yoked, and we were all besties, so it made things easier. And if someone saw me like really in it, they would just snap me out of it immediately, and I'm so grateful for that and for them.
One of the cast members she grew really close to was Sebastian Roche, who played Father Renaud. That's the fourth thing you need to know about Teonna. It was really, really hard to kill him.
The beautiful thing about the Yellowstone universe and about Ben and Taylor is that they trust us fully. So we don't really rehearse our scenes. If we do, it's just for blocking. And I personally rehearse it like monotone if we're walking through. So that's what we did for everything, just to get camera setups correct and everything like that. And you only rehearse it once. And then for things that are more stunt heavy, like when I had to do the stabbing with Father Renaud, that was a little longer just because we only had they had to mark everything and put the blood everywhere, so you have to make sure you hit the marks, and which was a little difficult because as an actor, I think when you're met with something like having to kill someone, it's in your mind, it does a really interesting dance that can be really hard to move through. So I was really scared, honestly. I know that we don't really rehearse for long, like I told you, it's like 3 minutes just to get camera setups, but this one took like 10, 15, and everyone was like, okay, Aminah, and I was like, I just can't do it. Like, I'm scared, I'm gonna hurt him. And Sebastian was just like, I'm padded up, it's okay. And I was like, I know, but like my mind cannot break it, dude. Like I just can't do it. But then obviously we did it.
Interestingly, Aminah kept a little souvenir from that scene. We asked a bunch of 1923 cast members what they stole from set, and we got some answers like Spencer's hat, a train sign for Julia Schleipfer. Michelle Randolph forgot to steal anything, but Aminah remembered.
Teonna didn't have anything to take, honey.
Okay, so you didn't take anything either.
No, well, I got her little knife.
Oh, that's
Because the rest, what do you take?
And finally, the fifth thing you need to know about Aminah has to do with her odd jobs before becoming Teonna. Per her interview with Deadline, she worked retail, owned her own herbalist practice, and was a doula. Yeah, Teonna was helping deliver babies before she was giving Yellowstone franchise fans a brutal history lesson. I think it's safe to say that she probably won't be going back to that side hustle anytime soon. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll also enjoy Adison's interview with Spencer and Alex here. I'm Billy Dukes with Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.